It's a beautiful spring day, and so I want to make some seafood salad for you. I will include all of the measurements and the ingredients in the description area below. So right here is 8 ounces of seafood. I'm using Alaskan snow crab legs and a little bit of shrimp. I will include a couple of links for you if you wanted to see how I like to get in there and get the meat out of the legs and peel and devein the shrimp. I use a deveiner for the shrimp instead of a knife. Okay, so right over here I have my herbs and some baby greens, and so I've already washed and dried those. And then over here is a watercress, and I've been growing that all winter indoors, and it's still growing, so I will show you how to do that in another video. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So I cut the asparagus down into about 1-inch pieces. So I'm going to blanch the asparagus. So to the water I'm going to add the 1-inch pieces and reserving the tips. I'm going to boil this for about 1 minute. Okay, I'm going to pop the tips in here for about 10 seconds. Just to brighten up the color real quick, and then we're going to remove it and put it in an ice bath. Asparagus is a wonderful vegetable to grow. You will typically plant that in the spring by using an asparagus crown. You can begin harvesting asparagus about 3 years after you have planted it, and it will come back for you again and again for years to come. So it's easy too. Okay, so now I'm going to chop my seafood, and I'm just going to go ahead and do that on some parchment paper. So when you've chopped your seafood, still leave it kind of chunky. We want some little chunks of shrimp in there and some chunks of the snow crab. Okay? Now if you want to, you can use imitation crab meat for this. Just make sure that you use a flake style crab meat. And we might need to add a little bit more lemon to the dish if you were to use imitation, just to kind of take that fishy flavor off of the salad. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add my lemon aioli, and I'll leave a link for you if you'd like to make some as well. If you don't want to make the aioli, you can use mayonnaise and then add about a 1/4 teaspoon of minced and smashed fresh garlic and a couple of squirts of fresh lemon juice. We'll add the cayenne pepper, add your celery, add a squirt of lemon juice. I'm not growing celery this year, but if you grow it in your garden, make sure to blanch it first before you harvest it. You're basically just going to block out some of the sunlight for a period of time before you harvest it, okay? Add our Dijon mustard. And the white balsamic vinegar. Just 2 twists of cracked black pepper. Okay, we'll scrape the sides down, and then we're going to add our seafood. And you can just mix this in. So now we're just going to finely chop our herbs. I like to use just the leaves of my soft herbs. Especially you want to use just the leaves of your harder herbs, like your woody stem things like oregano. But since I grow these, I just like to go ahead and snip off the leaves. Okay? Even on my dill, I do that. Okay. Now, if you don't have all these herbs and you want to buy some to do the salad, the main one I would buy would be the dill, because that's really what's going to really make this salad stand out, okay? And you can just chop your herbs. I think it's always nice to wear gloves when you work in the garden a lot, and then you come inside and then you cook a lot. Keeps your fingernails clean. I have fingernails, so stuff's always getting up underneath there if I don't wear gloves. Either food or dirt, so keep it clean, I just wear gloves. Okay, so it smells wonderful. Okay, we're just going to fold these in. And I'm going to give it a taste. It's very good. I think I'm going to put a tiny bit more lemon in it though. Okay, make sure you dry your asparagus good, and we're going to go ahead and add that. You can certainly cut this smaller if you like. So I'm just going to use a variety of greens. Okay. I'll use a little bit of the dill and a little bit of the watercress. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of the chive blossom on there too.